Do I need a little bit more light? I did need more light. Okay. Today I am talking about the 5 little steps that I take in order to set the groundwork for success. I mean, even if I don't feel good or feel motivated, I know that there's like something I can be doing to that to be successful later on down the road in order to make money. I know this like part of the success principle. I read that book many years ago by Jack Canfield, and it works. Like that momentum, that headspace, that karma really does work. And one of the easiest ones I do is to watch tutorials here on YouTube. I watch all kinds of tutorials on all kinds of subjects, and each one helps me like brainstorm, think more clearly, make more money. Like each time I learn a new skill, it helps me in the long run. Or even just like in the bathtub this morning, I listened to a motivational video on, money coming into my life, and not to let negativity get the best of you. So yeah, this I find tutorials here on YouTube are extremely helpful in so many different ways, and I'm always like in awe of all the information we have at our fingertips for a relatively low price or free. I'm in awe of how much knowledge from so many different people from all walks of life are contributing to YouTube. So that's something that's just like, how can you not want to take advantage of that? Like, I give up watching TV and movies to watch tutorials because I know, like, if I watch a movie or if I watch a TV show, it's not really going to improve my life. It'll entertain me and well, it gives you a mental break. But I know that the tutorials in the long run are better for me. Hello, One Snow. Hello, Wyoming, Colorado. Hello, Jesus. Hello, Transicio. Hello, Sammy. Hello, Peace Swagger. Hello, my loves. My second one would be is following people on social media, like following people in my own industry. The behind the scenes people, especially, um, and so I could get a glimpse of how they think, how they approach social media and their business in general. I find that is extremely useful. Extremely useful tool is to follow people in my own industry, generally that work behind the scenes. Some of the people like me who are, you know, entertainers, but you just even though you just learn so much from them. So I believe in following people in your own industry and also follow other people in other industries. And I'm always like, wow, but what I can learn from, a post that I've seen of theirs that helps me grow as a person, helps me grow in business, helps me, approach things from a different mindset. So yeah, I mean, it's really helped me in the long run. So yeah, like follow other people. That's amazing to do that. Technology is amazing. Yeah, you do. Yeah, Wyoming, Colorado. It's just like so much like there. Like and also, I mean, we have to keep on learning because our jobs, our world is ever evolving and changing. So we have to keep up with it for our own careers or jobs that we want to have. So to help increase our incomes, that's amazing. Um, so what is that? Step 2 or 3? um, and then a mental break. I like to go for walks. I fortunately live in a gorgeous area, and I have water views on my walks at the intercoastal, or I can walk to the beach if I want. I need to build up to that one because that's a fucking goddamn big bridge I have to cross to get there, but it's a challenge. Um, Taking a walk in nature helps reset my mind, my mood, helps me brainstorm, think things out, how I'm going to approach things. So walking is extremely healthy for us. And then, from what I've read and watched on YouTube and such, that it helps us think better. It helps us like problem solve to walk. Not, exercise in general, but walking is so healthy for us. So, and I spend way too much time in front of a computer screen or a phone screen. So, yeah, I take several long walks a day with my dog. I have to, she forces me to. um, but no. Oh, no, Alex. Well, welcome, Alex. No, world domination would be step 5, the final step, right? Especially since I'm an Aries. So, yeah. But speaking of like horoscopes, and this is one of my steps, I read my horoscope every day. It's purely entertainment, but mainly for my lucky color of the day. It helps, just seeing a lucky color of the day helps me in the direction of the wardrobe I'm going to use that day for when I, camming or live streaming or recording videos. Because I have so much stuff. Knowing the lucky color of the day helps point me in the right direction, or point me in a direction. It could be wrong direction too, but it points me in a direction. So that would have to be number 4, lucky color of the day. I know it's silly, but we all need a little bit of silliness in our life, right? Do I make sandcastles when I'm at the beach? No. Eggs, I do not. I don't let all that sand is like a nightmare to wash off. And it gets everywhere. So no. Thank you, Muffy. And step 5. What shall step 5 be? Positive thoughts. Like what you put out in the world comes back to you. And that's so important. And I listen to those kind of every once in a while too, those kind of podcasts or tutorials or videos. We wouldn't call them tutorials here on YouTube. So yeah, like to see the possibilities and be positive. I think that's so important. Because since I'm an what I would call it on camera personality, how you feel, what you think very much reads across the camera. So a positive thought, um, happy thoughts, even you have to fake it, it reads. It reads. So yeah, positive thoughts. So is that 5? Are any of you keeping up? Probably none of you are keeping up. So yeah, it just it's just just doing. It could be just emailing 5 people in a day, or making new contacts with 5 different people in a day. It can be just 5 small little things that all builds up in a positive manner for a trajectory that's up. You know. So yeah. Oh, I just spilled that all over me. I missed my bottom lip. As y'all see, I'm a complete total klutz. I'm really made a mess. um, Oops. Mm. Really gotta have a sense of humor things about these things. Hello, Dalton. So, what are y'all suggestions? What are 5 positive things you do every day to help move you forward? Hmm? And sometimes it's just cleaning your house. Just the mere act of cleaning your house and get rid of clutter and making your home space neat and clean, it helps declutter your mind and help you organize better. I've gotten rid of a lot of stuff. I have way more stuff to get rid of, but um, I find which don't get me wrong, it's time consuming to clean before I do anything. But that mess will just pester me and be on my mind, and I won't be able to focus. Not that I'm a clean person, because my place, I'm like, how do I put it? It's a lot of clutter. I have a lot of stuff I've accumulated, and that my fans have bought me, but thank you. Yeah, I find cleaning. So if I did 4, this would be the 5th, is cleaning. Clean your space. Like, make your bed, do some laundry, do your dishes, eat something healthy. Like, there's small things, but those small things add up to be big things. Oh, that's a great one. Once, no, Juan wrote, spontaneously telling someone how they made a positive impact on your life. That the gratitude. I mean, first of all, you make their day, and then gratitude is always a good thing. Gratitude is a positive thing. What do you think of my backdrop? Like, I have to plan my. This is a fall. I have to plan. I get on Amazon and I plan out my camera room. So I planned out my camera room and did fall. Mm-hmm. Hello, hello. You listen to music to help stay motivated. Music is such a mood changer for me, and I have such eclectic taste that sad song would come on, a heartbreak song, which I love. Don't get me wrong, I love, but it's not good for my mood. Well, eggs, no. Random people don't try to talk to me because I have permanent bitch face. Plus, I'm wearing a mask, so nobody really recognizes me. Oh, thank you, Brian. Yeah, thank you. Some form of appreciation, even for like the tiniest things, which is that's just good manners. And I was taught manners no matter what, which I told my mom that, when people, are not so nice, I'm not going to be nice. But because I was taught to be nice no matter what, and I'm like, that doesn't work in the real world. Yeah, she's not so nice. Boundaries sometimes have to be established. Inner city dispute. You've been waiting to catch me here on YouTube? Well, welcome. Um, I know there's one advice that almost every company says, and everybody, even my business, says, like, oh, you need to have a set schedule. You need to, have a schedule and stick to it. And I just go, that's what I have to say to schedules. Because if you're not feeling good, if you're not in the mood, it's going to read across camera and you're not going to do very well. So I don't believe in set schedules at all. I like the spontaneity of being a content creator. And but this content's always going to be up for the most part. Sometimes my stuff gets delisted, but that's why I'm wearing something so covered up. Um, if people connect with what you're saying, then it's going to get the views. And no schedule can do that. Like, you can be, listen, I've watched some tutorials and videos on here trying to get information, and they're so boring and they're so like unanimated and drone on and on and on that it's hard to watch. And I look like they consistently upload on a regular scheduled basis, but they have no charisma. I'm so comfortable with the camera, obviously, because I've done everything in front of the camera. Um, that I know I'm going to get the views. I believe in throwing everything at the wall and see what the fuck, sticks. Let the fallout be what it is. But then again, I'm not dependent upon the income from YouTube whatsoever. But I have relatively a lot of success on here, considering how lack of commitment and content I've done on here. But I have success on here. If you're entertaining, you're entertaining. Um, and the followers and the views will come. But if you're boring, I don't care how much you upload. I don't care how on a regular basis you upload. You got to be more than boring. Like you have to be a little animated, a little bit creative, a little bit of fun. That's the way I look at it. I mean, we all know why most of y'all are here, but you still stick around and watch, so that's all that matters to me. Love you too. Well, thank you for being a fan, Brian. Well, helping people in general is a good thing, and being nice is a good thing, but that's not always the energy people throw at me. Sometimes people throw energy at me that they're trying to get over on me, they're trying to con me, they're trying to test my boundaries because they want to harm me. And at no time will I be nice to those people. So I don't believe in being nice at all times, no matter what. Some people need to be told to back the fuck off. Now, if people have good energy or they need help, that's one thing, but that's not the energy that people come at me with. I mean, I have one guy on Instagram today who came at me like he wanted to take me out. Then he came at me. He was like, when I said no, not a possibility. Then he was like, "Oh, but I have a business proposition," which was probably an illegal crime that he was going to suggest. And then he tried to pretend to be a producer in my industry, which he was not because I know them all. So he came at me lying and lying, lying, which made him seem like a stalker, a liar, aggressive, and somebody I want to avoid at all costs. At no time being nice to him would be a benefit to me. That would just tell him it's okay to cross her boundaries and cause her harm. So being nice is not an option. And, I think that's what predators tell women to be, is nice no matter what. No, I will not be nice no matter what. Not gonna happen. Do I have favorite people I like to watch? I watch such a variety of people for different reasons. I can't really say that I have a favorite. I mean, I go down rabbit holes, but I can't say that I have a favorite because I try to keep an open mind to everything. And and the most I'm going to watch of them is like 3 to 4 videos, unless it's like for Adobe Premiere Pro. But I believe in watching a variety of people because everybody has a different way of teaching, and we all have different ways of learning. And finding the person who can teach me in a way that I can learn is like half the battle. And each person may have a different spin or a different technique of how they created something that could be completely fascinating or completely boring. Depends on the person. So, no favorites. I'm not really one for doing favorites anyway. RT, oh, thank you. And well, Russia's a different story. That's a different culture and a different mindset. And y'all do what y'all have to do to survive. So I completely get it. I have a lot of Russians in my area. I completely understand. Yeah, he was a liar, liar, pants on fire. Yeah, he was trying every con he could, which just completely turns me off even more so. Set the answer no and move on. So that's how I believe. Like, if you can't take the answer no and move on, I have issues. I don't mind people asking, but take the answer no instead of just trying a different con and then a different con and then different con. It's not going to work on me because one, I've heard it more than a million times. It's almost like predictable, which is even more boring. Therapy. Miami, Colorado experience wrote, "What is my advice for people pleasers who want to be less agreeable and the ability to set boundaries?" Well, first of all, a lot of it comes with age because at a certain point you just don't give a flying fuck what other people think because it doesn't affect your bottom line or your life. I think that's why so many old people are what you call curmudgeon. Um, there's grumpy. They're like, fuck it. And my life will go on. But therapy, I think therapy is way underrated. I mean, it's not easy to find the right therapist. But I think therapy, because it's a more deeper seated issue. So I think therapy. Am I a feminist? Of course I'm a feminist. Why wouldn't I want equal rights, equal protection under the law, and equal pay? That doesn't make sense. I mean, like, I'm going to say, no, I hate those things. Of course I'm a feminist. I do not think men should be telling women what to do with their bodies or how to behave. I wish the police and the cops and our government gave us equal protection under the law, but it does not. So, we are far from having equality for women. Not when so many men, not when men are the ones who, cause us the most harm and get away with it. And the police let them, because most of the police are men. So, no, of course I'm a feminist. You want to hug and kiss me? No, I don't like complete total strangers touching me. That way crosses my boundaries. I'm just going to be honest. That's it's a lot of work for a man to get to that point. Clarence, come on now. About what? You're not clarifying your point, Clarence. And with a name like that, you should be. You want to talk about feminism? You want to go down that rabbit hole with me? Do I like male feminists? I don't believe that they exist. Men will say and do anything they can in order to get what they want. So I don't believe there is such a thing. I think y'all can strive to be more equal for us, but it does not exist. Simply because it's in our own nature to look out for our own selves. So I don't believe in a male feminist. Leia wrote Russian passion, Russian people are ice. That's not true. I think they're cold. If they're cold like that, one is self protection too. It's because all that passion's it's the opposite. I mean, it's the tandem swings. They held their passion back for when it's appropriate. Are you getting the popcorn out, Dalton? Mr. Spears, right? He goes, I like the way I firmly set boundaries while drinking out of a mug that says, have a nice day. And then flips people off at the bottom of it. I don't drink tea or coffee. I have come to an age where both of them completely upset my stomach. I can do weak tea, like very weak tea, and some even herbal tea lately is like sends me to the bathroom in pains. I cannot do tea. I can't do coffee at all. I was never much of a coffee drinker, but I definitely was a tea drinker, and now I cannot at this point drink tea, which is sad. Right now I'm just drinking beef broth. Beef broth helps me keep my energy up, and it keeps me from getting hungry and eating late at night. And plus the warm fluid for my throat, since I'm like I camped earlier on stream 8, and I do a lot of talking, so for my voice. Well, thank you, Dalton. You cannot live without coffee. I've never been dependent upon coffee. I didn't drink my first cup of coffee till I was 27. I've been making coffee since I was 9 for my parents, but I did not drink it until I was 27. And that was in New York with my friend Gina. And I liked it, but I probably at the most would have like 3 cups of coffee a month. If that, I would go in months in between. I don't depend on coffee for that boost, to tell you the truth, the energy boost. So I don't like pineapple, and I can't have pineapple now. So thank you, Dalton. Yeah, I'm on keto. That's not why I drink beef broth, but I don't drink bone broth. It tastes weird to me, but I drink beef broth. Um, yeah, I'm not a pineapple person to begin with. So, hello, KM. Um, I found out last year in October that I was a diabetic and had high blood pressure, and I went on keto, and I walk 4 to 5 miles a day, and I don't have to be on medication. I mean, it took me 3 months of being on medication, but yeah, no, I don't need to be on it. Do I supplement my electrolytes? Why would I need to do that? I am at the point now I don't have to be so strict on my keto. So I do eat something. Potassium is the one thing I lack. So I can have more foods with potassium in it. But I try to do it with healthy way, like guacamole, avocados, bok choy. For long time fan, first time chatter. Talking about being fans for a long time. A fan on stream told me that he went and picked up his issue of Voluptuous magazine this month, and I was in it. So I started with them in 2000. So it's 22 years later, and they're still publishing my pictures. And I haven't shopped with them in like 7 years. They're still publishing my pictures in their magazine, which is an honor. It means I've been in hundreds of magazines, which not too many performers can make that claim. I have over 25 magazine covers. I'm in over probably 200 magazines. So I guess y'all like me. So if you want to go to eboobstore.com and pick up issue, or your local, wherever that is, your store, to get one, please do so. Let's sell them out. Oh, thank you, KM, for explaining that. I take magnesium like 2 or 3 times a week. Potassium, trying to get through healthy ways, but I do have potassium pills. So yeah, and I've added potatoes like once a week to my diet, but a very small portion of them. But I can do that now. I'm not going to fluctuate so much with my sugar anymore. And plus, I do a 15 to 20-minute walk after each meal. Oh, you are, KM? Someone called me a washout. That doesn't make any sense. Listen, if you don't enjoy my performance or my live shows or my content in general, I mean, there's literally millions of other videos and shows you could be watching here on YouTube or any other channel for that matter of fact. So the fact that you came here to hate on me, and I recognize your name because you usually do the undying love thing over and over again. I know y'all go from love to hate to love again. I will just block you. But generally, guys like you are completely, what do you call, addicted to me. Like, I wouldn't watch somebody I didn't like or hated. I wouldn't give them the time of day or my business. You're addicted. No, eggs, I don't get any money whatsoever. But it does stroke my ego. Well, you enjoy my YouTube channel? Well, good. No, I don't get any money whatsoever from the magazines as a one-time pay. Hating is a waste of energy, but that's how some people choose to spend their life in A mindset that they have is sad. They're only hurting themselves. Um, you probably do, KM, and I'm more than happy for you to join my OnlyFans and tip me. Or I might go on Chatterbait later. So that's always an option. You can give me money there. So, oh, and I found out this week, I saw a little thing on my Cash App that you can gift stocks. I'm thinking about that. Giving everybody my Cash App so y'all can buy me stock. So take care of me in my old age. Well, I enjoy a lot of topics. I try not to really talk about my industry too much, but I enjoy all topics. The Beastmaster of Jesus Christ. That show keeps on rearing its head. If not you, somebody else. Too funny. Well, even if they do think of you, hating on them is just a waste of time. It's bad energy because you're only hurting yourself. You're only damaging yourself. You're in a negative mindset. And until you just like move forward and focus on yourself and positive things, that's why I did the 5 positive steps you can do to move forward. The 5 positive steps to do in a day. It helps you move forward. Focus on yourself and focus on so that you have the kind of life that you want. Doesn't mean you're going to end up with me. Don't get me wrong. But in general, so that you're a happy, healthier, more wealthier person. I am well, Walter. Oh, thank you, Dalton. Health is wealth. I do eggs. I do. Well, I don't get this. I can tell you right now, you're not my number one fan of any country. See, you're making a claim that's simply not true because I do not recognize your name for many of my cam sites or paid sites whatsoever. You're simply a person who uses my content without making sure that I get financially rewarded for it. Because you're making the mistake of thinking that I don't know who all my top spenders are on the sites that I am on, and I do. Because that's my business. I've been redhead for over a year, Francisco. All right, KM, well, you have a lovely evening. See, I don't like when people make claims or lie about something. It just goes against my nature. And now you're going to go to compliments thinking that it's going to get you somewhere with me. It won't. A million compliments have yet to pay a single bill. All right, everyone. Well, we're at the end of the show. It was a 30-minute show, so I think it's a good time to end. I still have money to make with my endeavors tonight. I took last week off due to a bladder infection, and I got to make up for it. So no, I would. You might invest in SpaceX. Well, you know what? If it's something you believe in and you think will be a positive thing, then go for it. I wouldn't, but that's me personally. But you know what? I cannot give investment advice. Um, and I think, sometimes with great risk is great rewards. Oh, you're just now noticing. You're just now noticing the middle finger. I thought you got my sense of humor. Of all people. I thought you got my sense of humor. Oh God, no! I don't like teddy bears. Those are allergy catchers. I do have an Amazon wish list, sam38gwishlist.com or spoilsam.com. I do have an Amazon wish list with many different items at different prices. So many different items if you want to get me something, but I wouldn't. I stuffed animals are bad for allergies, so they're not even really good for kids. I appreciate the thought because you think it's something cute, warm and fuzzy, but they're just not. And I've never been a stuffed animal collector to begin with. So, all right. Well, y'all have a wonderful week. It's Monday. I've gotten a lot accomplished today. This is just one thing that was on my to-do list, and I wanted to, like, the energy was there for it. Um, and I hope you all. No, I don't speak Spanish. You have one question for me. I hate people who premise a question with a question. Uh-huh. Oh, you wanted to ask me a sexually based question that would get this video removed from the site and me possibly removed from YouTube too. So would you ask, and it's quite clear that you do not have my best interest at heart because you're trying to ask me things that would get me removed from this site. So I see your end game. You're my enemy. You are not my friend. You are not my fan. You're an enemy. So you need to rethink your whole approach because apparently you cannot behave on a site that is not adult. And you won't pay money for adult sites. So that puts you in a no man's zone, doesn't it? We're going to hide you from my page from now on. See, that's the thing is, I have no problems with boundaries. I have no problems being the bad guy either. Like, I had to adapt my business model, my approach, for each site that I'm on, my hustle on each site. And this one is a PG site. And it's for me, it's a challenge to be more PG and still get the views and still grow and have growth with the channel. So for me, this is a challenge, a fun challenge, a non-paid one, but a fun challenge. But when you want to act inappropriate because you're too cheap or don't want to go to an adult site, which I am on, and participate and tip me appropriately, then that puts you in no man land, and I will block. You wanted to be the teddy bear, which you sent me in the mail. Okay. Which I probably just would have donated to a hospital. Yeah, stay warm in Florida. Yeah. It's actually, I get to wear long sleeves this week. I'm so excited. It's just 68 degrees right now. Got up to 80 today. But I feel for all of you. Mwah. Y'all have a great week.